Ooh, yeah.
Tune in for the tea with me.
Yo estoy con amigo. I am with friend.
You know, I'm just thinking about like the peaceful nature that it's in me that I don't want to bring out because I hate it. I'm gonna come dressed up as a Scooby-Doo.
En Puerto Rico se comen iguana.
Yeah. Por favor, mantequilla. Ahora. My English is being bullied in this podcast.
Ooh,
Ay!
so close. I am for everyone's dream. Mucho amor.
So what I'm saying is, ¿qué le duele que los Dodgers digan algo because something's happening now different? They've done it. I'm not saying they're not. Again, thank you, Dodgers, for helping the Latino community. Great. Right now, something's happening. And if you support us, we will love you to say it loud so that other people can be like, whoa, the Dodgers themselves are saying something?
Why would I need to say something loud when I've been loudly supporting you, and I'm still supporting you?
If the ice thing that they did and the donation thing happened before Nezza, we wouldn't have this discussion.
Hey, you know they could have easily not done that donation and let ice in.
Yes.
Because it's their organization.
Yeah.
They do what they want.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If the Dodgers didn't want to support the community, they wouldn't have brought Nezza, because that would have been a whole mess.
It's not about you in the community, because it's obvious that the Dodgers support the community.
Yes.
I'm talking about this event that's happening to the community.
But if I support the community,
no,
I'm
not true. That's not true.
That is true.
That's not true, because you could support someone, and then there could be a critical moment. Vamos a suponer, tú le dices a un amigo tuyo, mano, I'm there for you whenever. Te viene a tocar la puerta y dice, hey, yo, bro, me acaban de, like, quitar la casa, can I stay? No. And, like, nothing. And, like, quiet, like, no. Obviously, that person's going to be like, damn. Like, you could have said, no, man, like, I have a lot of people here, but let's go to a hotel or something. You know what I mean?
That's literally what the Dodgers are doing.
After NASA.
No, with Nezza. Like, bringing Nezza.
Bringing Nezza is just like having Kike in your stadium.
Nezza does not work for us.
Yeah.
She works for us?
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
We have the option to bring you. We can get anybody. So, we can
How does
we can make a hollow thing of Michael Jackson sing the national anthem.
I'm sure they would.
Yeah.
It would have had the same impact as NASA speaking in English. Because we wouldn't talk about it. What so tell me qué te dice a ti que los Dodgers que tienen un stadium named after a Spanish player, that they have a bunch of Spanish players playing right now, that they have a bunch of fans, that they have a bunch of merch that says Los Dodgers. Tell me what about that specifically says the thing that ICE is doing is wrong.
We can shut you down.
Who? What do you mean?
The Dodgers can just shut everything down, and they will still make money. They can even put it in Japanese. Mm-hmm. We can literally shut you down. We can shut it down and be like, we do not want anything to do with the Spanish community, right?
You think they'll survive when the whole community is based on that? Right now, like if they decided to do it right now, not in 10 years. I'm sure that from now, if they shut down, in 10 years they can come back up. But those 10 years are gonna be tough.
You know what Asia is?
Yes, I know what Asia is. Okay,
that's it.
Okay.
Asia right now has more benefit. It's more benefit to the Dodgers than the Latino community.
Then do it. Then why don't they do it if it's such a smart business deal? Because these Latinos always got a problem.
Why will you cut an arm just to cuando esta me puede
So
funcionar,
there is-
and then I can just work with both?
So there is. You're saying there's no value.
I'm just saying, hey, just because I can write with the right hand doesn't mean that my left hand is not useful, because I can grab this mug and write at the same time.
So that means that so like if I were to say, if you were to say that means that the Latino community it never mattered to you.
You see, you just want to bring it to that point, but how would it matter? I'm just like you said. We're talking about now. We're talking about right now.
Yeah.
The Asian community is more valuable to the Dodgers than the Latino community.
What does that have? So if right now the Asian community is more valuable to the Dodgers than the Latino community right now.
Yeah.
So you're saying that they're stuck with Kike. Damn, man. They're stuck with that guy. Man. They're trying to get out of that contract for years. Is that what you're saying?
No.
So what are you saying?
He left and we brought him back.
What are you saying about the Asian community being valuable right now?
That if we wanted it to,
Uh-huh.
we will cut the Latino community with no support.
So why don't they?
Because we support them. You're claiming that the Dodgers are not supporting the Latino community.
No, I'm not saying that. I never said that. I'm saying that if they do support them, this is important for them. This is why they're saying something. And you're saying you shouldn't say anything because we support you. They support the Latino community. Thank you. Now, can you do this? No. Well, then we have a problem.
Do you have people that didn't go to your wedding?
Mm-hmm.
You love them?
Yes.
You know that they believe in you?
Yes.
Did you cut them off?
No.
Okay. That's it. I had the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I love them to death.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I see them, I will hug them.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't show up to my wedding.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
The same thing.
Okay. So who's the Dodgers and who's the fans? Am I the Dodgers or am I the fan?
You are the fans.
Okay.
Polly, go in there. Don't worry. You can go in there. Yeah, go in there. This is your house. Yeah, go for it. Sorry, man.
I'm the fans, and the people that didn't go to my wedding are the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Will you? They are supporting you. The people that didn't show up, right? They still support you. They still support your marriage, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's it, man.
But
It's the same thing.
Don't
Don't tell me that we're not supporting what's going on now.
Yeah.
Because I didn't make a statement.
And what I'm saying is, you will forever know that they didn't go to your wedding.
Yeah.
And you will forever know where they stand.
Yeah.
Like, because if it was that they couldn't go,
Yeah.
okay, the Dodgers can say something and nothing happened to them.
The people that didn't go to my wedding, they could have gone.
Right.
They chose not to.
Right. Okay, so let's make that clear, because it could be that, but this is not, we're not saying that the Dodgers are like, oh, I mean, I couldn't do it that day,
Yeah.
you know? So, all right. And then again, if they chose not to, it's like, oh, I'm not saying the fans are leaving the Dodgers.
No.
I'm not saying the fans are not gonna, what they're saying is, you didn't do that.
Yeah.
So now the relationship changes. I support you. I love you. But like, we're just business.
Business is business.
I know.
Like
But you're talking about why are people feeling this way? Because there's feelings. Because there's communication. There's things.
Yes.
And obviously it's important, or else Dodgers wouldn't have done what they did after.
Yeah.
And you're saying that they don't have to. I'm saying that you should.
Yeah.
You're saying this is how the world works. I'm saying we should follow the word. And what I'm saying is, if you are powerful, there is nothing like that $1 million that they gave is nothing.
It is nothing.
It's nothing.
They get that
Absolutely
every game.
nothing.
Yeah.
Right now, the Dodgers are good. Nessa's the one that's flipped, but the Dodgers are good
Why is she flipped?
because she made a risky move. I'm not saying she shouldn't. First of all, I don't feel bad. I commend her. I'm like, damn, you've put your career at risk. That's what she had to do. Now we all have to continue that. And now that there's movement and there's like all this, like, what's going on? What's going on? I would say, okay, she did the right thing. Let's keep going in that direction.
Yeah. Have somebody else stepped up?
I mean, there's still protests.
Anything changed?
Well, things have to move in a direction. Things don't change overnight.
How long ago was that?
What?
The Nezza thing? A week and a half ago, 2 weeks?
It was in April. No, this is the wrong. Sorry, my bad.
No,
A few weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah. A few weeks.
Yeah.
I don't want to say this.
Say what you gotta say.
I'm gonna sound.
Say what's your heart.
I'm gonna sound Abner.
Typically
very Abner.
misunderstood.
She sacrificed for nothing.
But then that's the thing that's a very backseat point of view. She did that. She shouldn't have done it. Look, it didn't do anything. Of course, when someone risks something, we commend people when they risk something and there's a reward. And we're like, they were smart. It's the same risk. Nobody knew what was going to happen. But we sit back and say, well, you got to do it like he did. No. She risked and she did that. I say, good job. Motivates me. Maybe I got to take a risk. Because this is not going to go anywhere if we just sit back. If we just let people just, yeah, déjalo así.
But she did it.
She did it.
Did she get her point across?
She got her point across. I would say.
Yeah.
She got $1 million to be moved. That's power.
That's power.
Mm-hmm.
Did anything change?
You thought something was gonna change when she did that?
Yeah. Because
you thought that all of a sudden Ice was gonna be like,
she was.
Oh shoot!
She was so invested.
You thought Ice was gonna take off their clothes and be like, you know what, man? Let's hug it out.
If I do this, I'm gonna stop something. Nothing.
No,
stop.
You can't do it like that. That's not how it works.
So why did she do it?
That's not how it works.
To bring awareness. To bring what? To move $1 million.
To move something.
You know that.
You think that black people got their rights one night? You know, Martin Luther King said one speech and everything changed.
No.
We can't come at Nezza for saying something and sacrificing something and saying like, oh, nothing changed.
Like you said, nothing happens overnight.
Yeah,
that is right.
And her what she did is contribution. So at the end of the day, if something happens or not, she's on that list of something that happened to move the cause because it got the whole nation talking. They're in California, we're in Connecticut, and we're talking about it.
Yeah, that's right.
And an organization did something.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, without or with $1 million,
mm-hmm.
nothing was going to change. Why? Because there has to be something more powerful than the Dodgers to stop Ice, to stop whatever they're doing.
Mm.
Now, like you said before, let's say Mark Walters, he probably knows powerful people.
Yeah.
But they are not that powerful to stop Ice. Yes or no?
By themselves? No.
So if the Dodgers turn, or let's say,
who was the one person that gave black people rights? Because it seems to be just one person. It's not just one person.
No. There's a lot of people. There's a group.
So
it's not even a handful.
Exactly.
It's a whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So what I'm saying. So what's the point of bringing that only one person can't do anything.
So you think Nezza is gonna be in the books?
If I'm not saying in history, because people
Yeah.
could leave names out. In my book, yes, because we're talking about it. She's in the news. That everyone, this conversation came up somewhere in people's day.
So, wow. I just hope that that if she risks all this
Mm-hmm.
that she has been working for her entire life pays off. For what it looks like, it's not gonna go too well. So, I guess so would you risk everything that you have been working your entire life just for a cause? Let's say not just for a cause, for a Latino cause here in Connecticut. Would you risk everything?
Yeah.
Your master's degree, everything.
Yeah.
Everything. You will,
Yeah, you have to.
you will risk it all.
If it's some like it. First of all, I'm sure whatever she did, these are all movements,
Yeah.
small movements, little by little, until something happens, right? You could say the same thing about Colin Kaepernick, right? Did what he do have any impact?
It took several years, and it's still going on.
It's still going on. But, how, with all those protests, there was some change. Now all the police have to have freaking body cams.
Yeah.
That
That's
wasn't
great.
that wasn't there before,
No.
right?
Whatever they said was the golden word. Well, it was what it was. That was it. Whatever they said it happened, that was it.
Right.
Mhm.
Exactly. So now there's body cam,
Yeah.
right? So things are all by movement and by strategy.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's people that are doing something that impacts what other people are doing, right? If I'm doing something and I believe in it and I have to do it now, then I have to do it now. I don't know. I'm sure she wasn't thinking I would never be able to sing ever in my life again. But she probably knew well, I'm never gonna be able to come to the Dodgers again, maybe.
Which is probably the biggest stage that she has been.
It probably is, yeah. So it could be if I have to sacrifice something, it's all about the moment. You can't just be I'm gonna sacrifice everything about, they're gonna build a liquor store and I don't want them to. That's not no.
Yeah.
But if it's something that's bigger or something that I'm not gonna let go of that. I'm not gonna stop that.
So you think, man, I don't agree with ICE going to workplaces,
Yeah.
schools, getting into stores where people shop,
Yeah.
like family environments.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with that. That's totally messed up. Every time I see that, I just report the post.
Mm.
It doesn't matter what it is, or who it is.
Mm.
I don't agree with that, but I totally agree that if you're a criminal, you gotta go.
Right.
As easy as that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if, like you said, the chaos starts with somebody that is not really there for the cause.
Yeah.
If you saw chaos arousing,
Mm-hmm.
going crazy, why didn't you just leave the stage and just be like, oh, I'm not that's what I will do.
Mm.
Imagine if you were protesting
Yeah.
the other day, which that was amazing. That was great. And you're a super Pacific man. You to evita el problema at all costs. You are that person,
Mm-hmm.
and it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You are that person. And there was a chaos somewhere
Mm-hmm.
in that protest.
Mm-hmm.
Would you stay there and throw bottles? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No.
You'll be like, it's time to go, girls.
Mm-hmm.
Tuk tuk. In my car and leave.
Yeah.
That's what a person, even me. I I try to evade chaos or problems at all costs, but if it's that's the only way,
Yeah.
I will just boom. You try to evade it, tú eres como el torero. Boom,
Yeah,
boom, boom.
yeah.
And that is okay.
Like yep.
That's it's okay. I'm not saying that's bad.
Like a bullfighter.
I wish I had that, ability to be like, ole, ole.
Yeah.
I wish I had that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sorry. But if they knew, if you don't go with the chaos, why do you stay there?
You're saying why do protesters stay in the chaos?
Yeah.
It all depends on who, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So there's a lot of personalities, right?
Yeah.
My personality is bye, right? And again, like we all have different things, right? So I could go and protest, but I can also write a speech
yeah.
that could be impactful. Like damn, like Martin Luther King, right?
Mhm.
He didn't always have to do a protest,
Yeah.
right? I think that people. So if you're asking like why do people stay?
Why the like even if they even if the police
Yeah.
instigate it,
Yeah,
even if the police, like, how hard
Yeah.
what's it called, that
the baton.
the baton hits,
Yeah,
That-
or a
that-
nightstick. I think it's
that
called.
thing, like,
I can imagine.
bro, boom, you get hit with that.
Yeah.
I'm like, me in my rational thinking, I'm not gonna fight with the police.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do this thing, or no.
Yeah.
So
I think the people that stay.
yeah,
I'm guessing. This is just your guessing.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't have facts. One, they're pissed. So like if
Yeah.
they get hit with something, that oh hell no, right? Like they get pissed. There are some people that are ready. So like they have masks and stuff. I think there's people that are pissed, and they return to violence.
Yeah.
I think there are people that stay because they're saying you can't move me. They decide to stay and say this is important. I don't care if you're hurting me. I don't care if I'm tearing up. They're not fighting back. They're just staying and like, no, you're not gonna make us go home because I believe in this. And then those are the two people that I can think of that are in the.
And by doing that, do you think they are supporting the chaos
No,
that's going on
the
there?
ones that are throwing stuff back, yes. The ones that are staying, no. I don't
So-
think they're thinking, let's create more chaos. I think they're thinking, I'm standing here, because I believe in this. Oh, you want me to leave? I don't, because nothing like a protest is not gonna be like go home. All right, let's go. Like who?
No.
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 Like there's
'Cause-
protests where they stand, locked in.
Yeah.
And they
And
are
it's fine.
protests are supposed to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because nothing's happening, so we have to move things so that things do happen, and
Yeah.
that can be very uncomfortable when one group doesn't want to do something and one group wants something like they're opposites, right?
Yeah.
I think people stay because they believe in their cause, and you're not gonna move me. You're gonna have to arrest me, and that's even a part of a protest
Yeah.
is that I'm gonna get arrested on purpose.
Yeah.
And that's just like part of a protest. Sometimes it's a strategy.
So I mean, I feel that if you stay there,
Yeah.
you are supporting whatever is going on there.
Mm.
If you leave and you let the people that are causing the chaos
Mhm.
get caught,
Oh,
then
what? My bad. I don't want to interrupt.
no.
But what if the police are causing the chaos?
No, in that case,
Because that's what it's either a person who's not invited is causing chaos or the police. It's either usually like the majority of the time is those two. So if the police are causing the chaos, I'm gonna stand because you don't want me to be here, but I want to be here so that people can know I'm not gonna.
yeah.
Yo no puedo sentarme un día más con esta situación. You know what I'm saying? That's how they feel, the protesters. I'm not gonna sit here one more day with this situation.
Yeah, that's okay. If you push me back, then I'll go.
But we're talking about people, not us. The people who stay.
No. If I'm on the original thinking is, all right, you push me back, I'll go. I'll come back.
Okay.
It's like I'm knocking on the door.
Mm-hmm.
Aunque tú no me abras,
yeah,
I'm gonna just come back. I'm gonna stay here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be vocal. The people in Pratt and Whitney, the workers were on a strike the other day.
Yeah.
I had to see them
every
at
day.
all times.
Mm-hmm.
That was
day and
all
night. They were there day and night.
Every single day. Not even a single drop of blood.
No.
Did they get what they wanted?
Mm-hmm.
Was the police there? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
Adults, even if it was one person there.
And that so like yes, but that's a strategy, right? Those are all strategies, right? That's one way of protest, right? And there weren't a lot of people. Like at night there was like 3 people with signs for the Pratt and Whitney stuff. Like this thing that's happening in LA, it's when it's an organ, like you know how hard it is to get 10 people to go to one place.
Yeah.
They're getting hundreds of people. Hey, let's all go and show. Like that is powerful. Just the movement of people. You can't get that group to come back. Usually. You know, the second day is not as strong. The third day is not as strong. Right? Yeah. You got to change your strategy after that. But in that moment, again, like they want to paint, oh, you see these people? They just want violence. No. They were there and someone caused the violence, and it's now being painted like if they're the ones that caused violence. And they decided to do that on that day. If they come, there might be a group of people that come back.
Mm-hmm.
And there might be a group of people that they go to the mayor. There might be a group of people that go to the governor. There might be a group of people that go to Trump.
Yeah.
So there's different strategies. The problem is that everyone's like pointing fingers and saying, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. It's like, well, let's be clear of what's wrong and what's not wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
So, you want me to tell you what I think it happened?
Sure.
There was a protest. Some of the delinquents that were around, they were like, "Mama got again."
Sure.
Like,
that's what happened in Black Lives Matter.
You could see tattoos. Tattoos can tell you a lot about gangs and all that stuff. When I was seeing the news, watching the news, those who were throwing stuff, because there were a lot of people just standing there, like you were saying, like, I'm not gonna back down. That is fine. That you need to be brave. You need to be brave.
Big
just
ovaries.
To stay there. But those who were, throwing stuff, fighting the police back, I think they shut down a highway, wasn't it? Those people didn't look like you and me, regular people.
Okay.
We are regular people. At that point, Jehziel Miralles is president of the United States. Well, I'll tell you. I'll send my people. Bring the chaos down.
For sure.
Now,
but
the good ones are gonna get hurt.
You can't tell me with all the. Okay.
The good ones are gonna get hurt because of the bad one. It never happened to you that somebody at school did something and you had to pay for it.
But I'm sure with all the police training, and if there isn't, then there needs to be more. That's another story.
Yeah, by far.
That you could pinpoint, snipe, not literally, but like remove.
Yeah, totally.
The ones that are causing the stuff, or at least scare them away.
Totally.
Because
totally with you.
I'm
backing you up on that.
Okay.
You need to have let's get
mente fría.
Discernment.
Oh, discernimiento.
You need to
the
have
third eye.
You need to have discernment to be like, okay, You are the instigator.
Right.
You are the one who's doing that. You in the back don't need to pay
Yeah.
for whatever you're doing.
If some get hurt, but if you send them all, get rid of all of them. No, that's what, you know what I mean. Like, if I throw a tear gas, and again, tear gas probably isn't the best move. That's the thing that I'm saying. Like,
No, it is not.
if you like, let's say there's 5 people here, and 2 of them are the delinquents. I get these 5. At least, okay, well, my bad. I got some of the wrong people. It happens. Whatever. I try to hit this guy with the baton. I hit the other one too. Okay, that happens. But to say, mandalo todo, bring them all in, bring bombs and all that stuff, and get rid of the whole crowd. No. And that's what I think happens, is that people are trigger happy because they want to make that crowd, they want to take away the message of that crowd of like, these are all criminals. Because that's the whole message. That's
I don't,
Trump's whole message.
I don't think they want to take away the entire message. I personally don't think so. Because, all right, you are protesting. How long ago were they protesting before it got ugly?
I haven't really been following it that much.
Me neither. 'Cause that gets my mind
I
going.
haven't really been
crazy.
following
I don't
it.
really find. I'm sure they were protesting a few days ago before it got really ugly.
For sure.
Like,
For sure.
because nothing is gonna start de la noche a la mañana. So like,
True,
what? Vamos a
true,
tirar, like,
yeah.
I'm sure they had police were there trying to be pacific.
Yeah.
Or a police guy baton happy and boom, like back down, like or
they
dude,
get scared too.
or they're humans. They're humans.
Yeah.
They are humans.
Right.
And I'm sure somebody from this side or that side did something and it got ugly. Before those days, the message was, going like because the media was following it.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
It got viral whenever it got like.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when you like, it's the pictures that you paint. There's a group of people saying every undocumented person is a criminal.
No,
that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
That's the picture, the broad stroke they want to paint. If I believe that, I'm going to show violence on TV. And I don't even need to unmute, like sometimes you see a television and like the barbershop or something. I'm sorry, you don't go to the barbershop, but like you go to, like you're going somewhere and you see the news somewhere and it's muted. You can't even hear it, but all you see is the headline.
Yeah, the headline.
Riots in LA.
Yeah.
What am I going to get out of that?
Yeah.
These people are really violent. They're not going to think like, oh, sit down. I wonder what's actually going on. You get this picture. It's like ads. Violence, riots, undocumented, Latino. And what happens is that then there's a group of people that you look undocumented. Get them, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
And of course,
stereotyping.
And people think that's just a few.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm saying is, it's so much that even an organization like the Dodgers are like, I don't know what we should say yet. I think we're good. I think we're good. If we don't say anything, I think we're good because we do support the Latino community. So let's just, oh shoot, they're not happy. All right, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like everyone's on edge. Like, what do we trust? What do we not trust?
But my thinking is,
the
Dodgers are not obligated to say anything.
No, I'm not saying anyone's obligated to say anything. I'm not.
Like,
I don't think that. Like that's
just what I did, what I'm doing. Right now, I don't want to bring it into the future because they might say, "Oh, if you have a Latino name, you're out." No. People get crazy.
Right.
And what they did, and what they were doing, I'm talking present as Nezza. Whatever happened after, I'm bringing that into a point.
Yeah.
But that was great because I guess that's called crisis management.
Okay.
That's
a good way.
What they did.
That's a good way to say it.
What they did with the $1 million and the thing that is totally crisis management at its finest.
Okay.
$1 million that we make that in vendiendo los dulcitos, la cosita,
Literal.
and what else? What's it that they did?
They stopped ICE from coming into.
They stopped ICE from coming. That Christ management. I've seen that many times. So my personal thinking is the Dodgers were not obligated to actually say we support what is going on.
Yeah.
Because now if you tell me that, okay, the stadium name was George Washington and they don't have a tendency of signing Latino players.
Yeah.
Or everybody in
Even their merch.
Even their merch only in English. Their main logo is Los.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah. Literal.
They can be the Los Angeles,
the Angels.
The Angels. No, well,
They can't now.
The Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah.
It's like even their city is in Spanish.
No, yeah, exactly.
San Diego.
Yes.
San
Pedro.
Los Angeles.
Yes. San Cristobal.
Cali.
I'm not getting these.
It's like all this.
Santo Domingo. No.
It's like I feel like people feel like there has to be it had to be obligado.
Again, there's no obligation. There's none.
Yeah.
But if you're that intertwined with Latino community, there's almost like it's like kind of like a silent expectation. Como que like, tú estás vendiendo tamales in your stadium, but you're not going to say something? Like,
yeah.
I'm confused. Like, you got to admit that there is kind of like if any baseball team is going to say something,
it's those.
It would. No, they don't have to. But you can understand why the fans will be like, oye, como que it's weird que no han dicho nada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like me with illegal immigrants. If it was for me, everybody gotta go.
Yes, if you were, yeah.
Everybody gotta go.
Bye.
It can be your grandma that came through Mexico to a tunnel. It can be your son that you lo pariste in Uruguay and then you brought him through the train, el tren de whatever. I don't care.
That's how you want to end.
No.
It's such a strong statement.
Like
you want to end this episode with that strong statement.
Like I do not care. I'm sorry to put it this way.
Oh my Lord.
But you are illegal.
I thought we were.
No, we are. But you are illegal.
Undocumented.
So if you go into a stadium,
no,
without a ticket, are you illegally there, or you just there just because you wanted to be there?
If you're in a stadium, you're illegally there. If you're in a country, it's different. It's all different. It's all different because of wording. That's all. People don't like to change their vocabulary. But the reason why it's changed...
You are illegally there because we don't have an open...
I know that you're technically saying... You're right, technically. The reason why it's changing is for the thing about the criminal part. That every undocumented person is looked at as a criminal. And yes, technically, you're breaking a law, which means that you're committing a crime.
You are technically breaking a law or breaking a law?
No. I mean, technically is literally what's happening. Yeah. But like what I'm saying is, the problem comes with the whole. That means that your grandma is because when you think of a crime and criminal, like the general population thinks violent.
Yeah, but coming here without paper is a crime.
I know.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, you're using the literal word. What I'm saying is that there's a image behind the word. Right? In America, when you think this is why they're painting everyone like a violent criminal. Right? Si tú piensas crimen, a lo mejor tú estás pensando crimen. I stole something. Here, they're thinking crime. You're a killer.
Salva Maratrucha. You are from a gang. You came to kill people.
Right. So that's why they are like, let's call them undocumented, because it takes away that crime part of violence. But yes, yeah, of course, I understand why the word legally makes sense. The problem is that I always have is how people view, right? Because you're gonna treat them differently, right? I'm gonna treat someone. They're gonna treat like, imagine if that grandma goes to El Salvador jail. Like, that's not where she belongs. She belongs back in her country.
But that is the thing. These people that have that does not have
Estamos despegando otra vez.
no,
Estamos
we're
despegando.
landing.
Estamos despegando
We're
otra
just
vez.
we're just waiting for the gate to be assigned. That's it.
We're having technical difficulties.
Yeah, that's
We
it.
will
That's
be landing
Es que le
shortly.
falta un poquito de gasolina. That's what it is. I'm gonna just do this into 2 episodes. No worries. No worries. This is an hour and 42, man. This is wild.
Part
So, no
2.
worries, no
There was
worries.
a fight.
So that's crazy. So
Oh my gosh.
so damn, what
My
was I
bad.
gonna say? No worries, man.
Grandma going to El Salvador.
Grandma going to Salvador is not going into jail.
No. Okay. What are you saying?
She's not going into jail. She's just gonna be brought back to her country. I mean, she's gonna go through a process.
No, yes.
That's gonna put her into jail for like about 10 days.
No. I get that part. What I'm saying is that like right now there is a scare because there are some people that are like, wait, but this guy is not a gang member. Why is he going to El Salvador and stuff like that? Like there are some mix-ups happening. You know what I mean? And
So wait, if you came illegally from El Salvador, we're not gonna bring you back to El Salvador.
no, sí, pero not. I wouldn't put him in that jail.
In
that prison.
They have to go through that prison.
Everyone, even the grandma.
Yes.
Who's not from El Salvador.
Yes. No. If you
All El Salvador. All people from El Salvador.
all people from El Salvador go to El Salvador.
I wouldn't.
But all people have to go through a jail.
That's what
Why? Because the American system identify them. Hey, this person came illegally to my country. So cuando yo vaya a pedir visa to come into the U.S., oh, sir, you try to come in. It's basically registering them in their system. That's all. They're not going to stay in jail.
Who knows what's gonna happen when they go in? They're no longer in our system.
It happens in the DR all the time.
That's very different than El Salvador.
That is not very different.
Bruh, have you seen the jail from El Salvador? Your jails in DR like that?
They're worse.
No.
People sleep on top of each other.
They do there too.
At least El Salvador has a nice Yale now that they're, trying to.
Nice. What you mean? For who?
The one that Bukele just built?
Who's it nice for? You seen those bald dudes walking around in their underwear with their thumbs tied and junk? That is not nice.
And they're not
bunk beds with no mattress and junk?
They're not gang members?
But you're saying it's nice. Like when Juanito, who came because he wanted to make a...
So I prefer to be in a jail like that.
A pupusa,
than
he's got to sit next to a killer.
I prefer to be in a jail like that with no bunk beds. They shave my head than sleeping in the restroom on top of each other with cockroaches coming in my. No.
All right. I'm sure. Yeah.
So
I'm sure it's like.
I'm just
the same. It's the same thing.
What do you?
It's the same.
But
they're both crappy. One is not 5-star and the other one is a 1-star. They're both 1-star. 1-star prisons. In our next episode, we're gonna rate prisons by going to them.
Oh my god! Alrighty, people. I guess
and give them all the rating, and the Georgia ones are pretty good.
I guess. So you think illegal people should stay here?
Undocumented people should have a better process to becoming citizens, and there should be a better way to sift through criminals and non-criminals. Because a lot of people, I don't know if you know, that are undocumented, they came here legally, but because the process is so difficult and confusing, they let their visa expire. That's the majority of what it is.
No.
It is.
No.
That is the majority.
No.
There's proof of that. That's not something I just made up.
No.
Yes.
You will not tell me that you just come with a visa and just stay here. I know that happens, but the majority...
They come to the border. They let them in.
Why?
Because they give them a visa. And then... That's literally what I just said.
So... See, that's why I cannot be president.
But that's the majority of them. What do you want me to say? Like, I'm not lying. That's the majority. 2/3 is that. They come in through the proper channels. The America says, come on in. And then I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying this is what happens. Because we all think that these are people just digging underground and coming out and like, we made it. Yeah. That's not what they do.
So you support that staying here con una visa expirada, it's okay.
But you have to think of why that happens. You're acting like this is a perfect system.
It is not a perfect system. So if
Si yo tengo un problema.
If
right?
I give you a pass, a day pass to be in my house.
Yes.
From 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. to the other day. To 11:59. And you stay, no, we're gonna...
Estamos despegando.
And you stay past that, I'm not allowed to kick you out?
Yes, you are allowed to do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
Now, if, let's say there's a problem. Every time I go to my nevera, my meat is rotten. Am I going to be like, never going to eat meat again? If I'm looking at my country and I'm like, everybody that I've allowed to come in is undocumented? What's going on? I check the process. If we allow them to come in, why are we allowing them to come in? So they could be part of a citizen.
No. A visa is just a what? It's a visitation pass, basically.
But it's for, like, the reason why they're letting them in is for them to be able to have a visa and be able to become citizens. That's what it's for. It's not a work visa.
It's not a work visa.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if I've allowed these people to come in to become citizens and they're not becoming citizens, then I have a problem in my system, or else I wouldn't have let them in the first place.
Catch. I totally understand that there is a problem in the system.
Yes.
I totally get that. The system is messed up.
Yeah. Yep.
I agree with you on that. Now, if you let that visa expire,
yes,
because you didn't either get an lawyer or whatever, you didn't do your due diligence or whatever. If it is expired,
yes,
and I get you,
yep,
you're going back.
Yeah,
that's it. So don't complain that I am sending you back porque tú no hiciste tu diligencia.
What I always say is, right? People don't know that Barack Obama deported more people.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Why don't people talk about that? Porque lo hizo bien.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Tú no lo estás haciendo bien. Entonces, if the system is broken in the first place, don't be mad at the people who are trying to. They don't, like, these are, right? Like, these are people who don't know the language, don't know the culture. You got to walk them through stuff. But no, you make it mad hard at first. You invite them to a broken system. What are they supposed to do? Some people figure it out. Some people don't. It's hard.
It is.
So if you're going to be mad at someone, be mad at yourself first. Like, put all that energy first on fixing it. Or don't let them in the first place. At least do that. To be like, hold up, we can't bring people in because we just haven't figured this stuff out.
You know that you need to have a financial a good financial situation or something that attaches you
Cuidado.
to your country for you to be able to obtain a visa to come here, which means that you are supposed to go back. You didn't know that, right?
What do you mean you're supposed to go back?
For you to get a visa,
Oh yeah, to not have. Yes, I get you. I know what you mean. That you're not so financially messed up that you can't go back and forth.
that you can no. You need to be financially stable.
Exactly. To be able to go back.
And not just only financially stable.
Yeah.
You need to have something that attaches you to that country, like a house.
Yeah.
Or my family.
For sure. Yeah.
So that means what?
Mm.
You are supposed to go back. If we weren't sure, if we were sure that you were gonna stay, because if you tell the el cónsul, no, tranquilo, deme la visa que yo me voy a quedar, te la van a dar.
Yeah. So why don't they give them like a work visa instead of a visa for them to become citizens?
Because you are not supposed to work in a country that is not yours. That makes no sense.
So why they let them in the first place is my question.
To visit.
To visit.
That's why you need to have a good financial situation and something that brings you back. Porque literalmente,
you think that the people at the border are that dumb?
What do you mean?
You think so? You're saying to get a visa, you need to have those things. That means those people that came in have those things. So that means that the border patrol is looking. Oh, this guy's gonna go back. They let him in.
If you have a visa, you can come in.
They go to the border. They don't have a visa. America gives them a visa, and they let them in. And what I'm saying is, if they did what you said, you're telling me that the border patrol is thinking this person's gonna go back to their country. They're never gonna stay.
No.
Okay then.
So, I give you a visa. All right.
At the border, not
no. At your country, yeah. You go
with your kids, with your maleta,
it's okay. You have to stay there for at least 30 days, pasando hambre, whatever, incómodo, whatever.
Yep.
You did a visa. Bam, perfect. You have 1 year. What you don't get done in a year, you don't tell me. I understand the system is broken. I understand that you do not know how things work here. You do not know the language. I totally get that.
Yeah.
And I am sorry for that.
Yeah.
But I am sure there is somebody that can help you.
There could be.
There could be, or there is. Because I've seen people that just stay here like, oh no, I'm chill, whatever. And I've seen other people, oh no, I'm going to get this because I want to stay here. So don't like, hey, if they send you back, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna baby you here.
That's what normally happens. There's a group of people who immigrate here. They struggle, and then when another group of immigrants come, they make sure that they struggle too. Now that's happened throughout history over and over and over and over and over again. When the Italians came here, they struggled. So then when the Irish came, they made sure that they struggled. And then the same thing happened with the next group and the next group and the next group.
Why would I want a Dominican to struggle?
That's my question.
I don't want a Dominican.
That's my question.
Like, you are literally getting.
But why just Dominican though?
No, because you said Irish or
it's not the same group. So it's usually the next immigrant
because
group.
It's a. Why would I want an Argentinian to struggle?
That's my question. It happens. I'm not saying that it's not happening.
No, yeah.
It happens. So why do I want them to struggle?
Why would I want an Argentinian to struggle? Somebody that speaks Spanish.
Tell me why.
I have no reason to.
But it happens.
Pero si no hiciste la vaina como es.
No, but it happens. So the question is, why does it happen?
That's what I'm saying. You get here. I personally.
In that year that they're here, they don't get help from other people who were immigrants. They actually get more pushback.
Yeah.
So they make it harder for them to be here.
Yeah.
The question is why.
Because Latinos are like that.
But it didn't start with Latinos. It started with Italians and Irish.
We're talking about Latinos. We're talking about Argentina.
We're talking about
Because-
immigrants.
They are like that.
Yeah.
Once you're here,
So you were saying that are you sure that somebody was gonna help?
people are cold here in the
They're
United
cold.
States.
Uh-huh.
In
Yeah.
the United States, people are cold.
Yeah.
Like straight up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know my neighbor. I
Yeah.
don't even know who.
Mhm.
It's like, just like I came here and I struggle.
Yeah. The other person has to struggle.
It doesn't have to, but it's a process.
Yeah.
You don't have to struggle.
No. The process is hard enough for other people to add to it. You're saying like, oh, it's, you should be able to. Somebody should help. What I'm saying is
There is help. There is
so
help.
much. So much help.
My thing is, there is help.
There's a lot of it.
You don't think there is help?
There's so much help out there, man. It's so like helpful. Very. Super.
There is help. You just gotta
lot
know
of it.
where to get it.
You just have, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's it.
That's exactly it. That's what you do.
That's it. That's it. That's it. I don't know.
Yep. So, if you're undocumented, make sure that that Abner doesn't have your number or your address. No.
No, it's not that. It's not that. All right, if I see somebody getting chased by ICE, I'll get them in my car.
Oh, true.
No, I'll get
Wow.
them in my car because they're not allowed to break into cars.
Okay.
They don't have warrants. That's the first thing you ask for.
That's
A police is not allowed
Abner's
to.
apartment is a safe haven. You can find it at.
Yes, you can. Yeah, I wouldn't put somebody at risk. But if you're doing stuff right and you don't get your stuff right, just like
Yeah. You criminals. The heck? Don't do your stuff wrong.
see, it's just
Óyeme.
taking it in the wrong part.
Ustedes sí que son unos criminales, delincuentes.
You see,
Go back.
it's like,
But that's what you're saying.
it's not about that. It's not about that.
Oye.
It's like, hey, if my aunt came to the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
and she stayed here for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and she was out there and she got in trouble for eating a stoplight,
Yeah.
found out that they got no papers.
Yep.
Get her. What am I gonna do? Get her a lawyer? I'm not gonna get her a lawyer. You had a year with a visa, and you had you literally took the choice to stay here,
Mm-hmm.
undocumented. You don't want to say illegal because it's a profile.
No, you can say whatever you want.
And that's it, man. But that's
I let
okay.
people say whatever they want.
You know, it's like it's typically misunderstood. It's a long. It's a long thing.
It's a long thing.
Like we said at the beginning, we have different views.
We do.
Like a lot of them. So most of them
Like a lot of them.
like most of them go the same way.
Como que like.
I promise most
Como like
of
a
them.
lot.
We know how to debate and keep it chill, okay?
That's the difference
And we don't
between
need to
us and the world.
we don't need to like como que hit each other or no, we don't do that.
That's
kind
why,
of
but
stuff.
that's why we don't go viral.
No, we don't need to go viral.
Yeah,
guys.
we got.
Have you seen my eye?
What happened to your eye?
It's bad, man. It hurts. It's like swollen. It's I don't know what's going on. So
Eating butt. That's what happened.
my people, we love you.
Nah,
Thank
skip.
you for-
Skip.
Thank you for
The problem
watching
is-
us. This is gonna be a 2-episode thing.
We should do-
You probably already.
We should do that.
What?
We should just like reenact like Skip and
Okay.
and Shannon.
No.
You wanna be
no,
Shannon?
No, I want to be Skip.
You want to be Skip? Why?
Good.
You could do like the old man voice you do for Trump.
I eat one slice of pizza a week. One slice.
Oh, Skip, I gotta eat the pork. I gotta eat it.
Trump, you gotta go.
I gotta eat.
You gotta go. You gotta go, bro. Anyways, that's another topic.
No, I feel like people are gonna look at you, go into your car, and be like, what did I do? What did I do? Do I go in or do I not go in?
I don't know, man. It's like I haven't like I support so many stuff, but so many other stuff. Be like, nah.
One step in,
Hey.
and I'm a back up.
Yeah,
Hey, it's all right, man.
I
It's
guess
where you're at.
that's-
It's where you're at. It's where we're all at. We got opinions. They're different.
Yeah.
You know, that's fine.
Anyways, it is typically misunderstood.
That's
it
right.
Was episode number 2.
That's crazy, yo.
You probably already watched the number 1. Part 1 of this. I don't know how we're gonna name this. I don't even know, man. That's okay.
Hard water.
Hard water, and then a lot of ice in the. I love it, man. I love it.
And then Nezza.
Ice Nezza.
Ice
Nezza.
A nuevo drink from Sprite.
Drink. Wow. Anyways, people, we love you. If you were waiting for us to just go at each other, no, it's never gonna happen. You know, we're people that we love peace.
Let's go viral for being peaceful.
Above everything.
Mm-hmm.
It is typically misunderstood.
You could be Stephen A.
It's not us.
It's how you see us.
It's how you see us. We love you. Thank you.
God bless America.
My home sweet.
My home. Sweet.
Thank you, man.
Home.